Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Solo Dice Wargaming. I wanted to make a video, bolt action, hold in your hand, like right from the start. What do you do? Because I looked on YouTube for months on beginner videos, starter videos, couldn't find anything that wasn't like complicated right off the bat or simple to follow. Like everybody just had crazy amount of armies. Nothing basic, like one-on-one. So I wanted to make my own video. I hope you find it useful, and like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hope to see you in the next one. I'm going to be doing some Konflikt 47, the same as this, and Warhammer 40k, the same as this. So if you're interested in seeing that, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Alright, so here we go. Mission 1, first contact, bolt action. Pretty straightforward. Set it up just how it is in the book. 3 inches, Germans. 3 inches per corner, Americans. And it's telling us we can either run, advance, fire. So I got 1 order die. Bag each unit. You do get the order dice in the starter set, obviously. I forgot that in the video. Americans going first. I think what we'll do is we'll run. Go up to 12 inches. Less. We'll go up to the road. Next die. Germans. Got a German. Then 24. Americans could have fallen into a fire. Fire, it says, when a unit is ordered to fire, may not move, but may shoot with all weapons it is equipped with. For the first mission, all men are equipped with rifles with a maximum range of 24 inches. First, choose a target. Check you are within range to shoot. First, measure between the closest base edge of the model firing to the base edge of the nearest model and the target's unit. If the distance is 24 or less, there is, or about 15 inches, then you are in range to shoot. Repeat this process for each model in the firing unit. For each model found to be in range, roll a dice. For each roll of 4+, they'll hit their target. So these are the baby dice that come in the starter set. We're going to use just bigger for the video purposes. You guys can see it. So we're rolling. Oh! So for each roll of 4+, they've hit their target. We'll then need to see if these hits become wounds. For each hit scored, roll a further dice. On another 4+, the model and the target unit is killed and removed from the table. Got one. Ba-bam! Out. Okay. Our dice back in the bag. One up for the Germans. American. We're gonna fire back with 2 dice. Ooh, we get 2 hits. If they wound, we get 1 wound. He's out. German turn. They're gonna fire back. Get 1. Let's see. Wounds. It does. Another American out. Order dice back in the bag. Americans. Can they come back? I'm gonna fire, obviously. Hey man, here we go. Oh, he misses. Tough go for the Americans. Germans. They're gonna fire. Nothing. Lucky ducky. Order dice back in the bag. Germans. 2 hits. See if they both wound them. Dead. Germans. Moseying on up for the victory. That is mission 1. The bolt action starter set. So this is the ruined farmhouse that is included in the starter set. There's another 4 walls that you can build a smaller house. So I just added floor and just some stone around it. And put this in the middle. Get rid of the glare. And got 5 Germans. Hold up the farmhouse. Alright, here we go. Mission 2. Defensive positions. So we got 2 US infantry and 1 German die going in the bag. We got 5 Germans holed up in the ruined farmhouse, and our job is to overtake them as the American team. So first dice coming out of the bag is Americans. So everybody is within 24 inches anyway, so it's a small game, so we're just gonna go right into firing. I was kind of confused by the cover save, so I went to the main rule book. I couldn't really find it in the starter. I was confused about, like, does the cover save count as damage, and it doesn't, so I'll post that up here now. I took it from the rule book. So we rolled the hit, rolled the wound, and then do the cover save. So we're gonna do that now. So we're gonna take 3 shots. All right, so we got 1 hit. Let's see if we wound anybody. And we do. So now, one of the Germans gets to take the cover save. That's what I was confused about. So we'll see. And he does not. Needs a 4+. So he is out. Take out this gentleman here. I just find this dice tray a little less noisy. All right. So we got 1 German out. Back to the dice bag. And we have, ooh, another American. All right. These boys over here are gonna fire. Look at that. 3 hits. Do we get any damage? We got 2. So now rolling for 4s. Cover save? No. So that means 2 are out. German turn. Alright, both boys are gonna return fire. That's this team over here. Got 2 hits. Do they wound? They do not. Miss both. Both wounds. So all the dice go back in the bag. Okay, going in turn 2. We got the German. Okay, so they're going back at it. I'm gonna go over this team over here. We got 1. See if we get a hit. And we do. So we got 1 American down. He's out. American turn. Alright, these guys are gonna fire over here again. They get 2. So then, see if they wound. Whoops. They got 1 wound. So then, do we got a cover save? We do not. So he is out. This is a hard one-sided battle, it seems. Okay, so the other American team. They're gonna fire at this single gentleman. They got nothing. Okay. All the dice back in the bag. Americans. We'll go with these guys again. Going on 3. They got one. Does it wound? It does. Do we get a cover save? We do. All right. The Germans holding the farmhouse. American die. We got one hit. Does it wound? It does. Do we get a cover save? We do not. He is out. See the Americans coming back in mission 2 to defeat the Germans and take the farmhouse. Mission 3 coming up. Alright, mission 3. The whites of their eyes. This mission teaches you the art of close quarters fighting. Charge home and take the enemy down the old-fashioned way. We got 5 players in each unit on each side. Germans, US. 1 player on each side has a submachine gun, which they can re-roll, I guess. So we're set up 12 inches as the rule book says. This mission is brutally simple. Engage in close quarters and destroy the enemy before they destroy you. First turn, 1 player draws an order die at random from the dice bag. The player controlling the unit that is activated must immediately execute a run order, charging their models straight into contact with the enemy unit. Note that ordinarily your models may not be within 1 inch of an enemy model, but close quarters combat is an exception. You need to be close to fight hand to hand. Close combat, when 2 units fight in open ground, they strike each other simultaneously. Roll a d6 for every model in your unit while your opponent does the same. Each roll of a 4+ kills an enemy model. It's as brutal as that. The winner of the combat is the unit which kills more enemy models. The losing unit is immediately destroyed entirely and all its models are removed from play. Some weapons, such as some machine guns, have the assault rule, which means they don't suffer the -1 penalty for moving and firing. In addition, they make models better in close quarters. When fighting the combat as described above, roll the dice for models armed with submachine guns at the same time as the others, but keep them separate. If these dice fail to kill a roll on a 4+, you may immediately roll them again. Note that the second result stands even if it's another miss. Alright. So if that's the case, we're going to take 1 green die out for the Americans and change it with a blue, and we're going to take 1 purple out for the Germans and replace it with a black. Alrighty, let's see who goes first. The Germans. So they're going to do a run order right off the bat. And a run order can be up to 12 inches. Right? So we're going to come screaming up here. Charge! And here we go with the big roll. My God. All right. So our 2 submachine gun guys, we're going to roll those again. So we had 2 hits for the Germans, 2 kills. The Americans and the Germans. So, re-rolling our submachine gun guys. Nothing. So, 2 hits for the Germans. So 2 the Americans are out. I guess, doesn't matter. Can I keep my submachine gun guy in there? I guess it'd be the first 2. So he's out. Right? So we got 3 Americans left. We're going to take out our blue submachine gun dice. And we're going to take away another American die. So, up next we got The Americans fighting back. They're gonna fire. We got 2 hits. All right, never mind. It says the game continues until one unit defeats the other in close combat. So we're doing 3 and we're doing 5 again. Okay. So we got 3 hits for the Germans, 1 for the Americans. I believe that is it for the Americans. 3 kills, 1 kill for the Americans. The Germans taking the lead in the starter set missions. Up next is mission number 4. All right, mission 4. We're pinned down, sir. This mission teaches you all about one of the most crucial and important mechanics of bolt action, pinning. Units. Both players have 2 units of 3 men armed with rifles. Use the rifleman model already built from the previous missions. The German player has to construct 1 extra rifleman for his side. We got that done. Setup. Each player sets up their units as shown on the map below and places 2 order dice in the dice bag. Pin markers. Pinning represents the demoralizing effect of being shot at. As the unit takes more fire, it can accumulate more and more pin markers. To demonstrate this effects of pinning, 1 unit on each side begins the game pinned. After setup, each player chooses one of their units and places 2 pin markers next to it. So these are the pin markers. Objectives. The objective of this mission is twofold. Both players must rally their pinned unit and then destroy the enemy units. First turn, 1 player draws an order dice at random from the dice bag and uses it to activate a unit. For the purpose of this mission, 4 orders can be given: fire, advance, run, and rally. Morale value. Each unit has a morale value, which is a measure of how likely the unit is to follow orders under fire. For the purpose of this mission, all units will have a morale value of 9. Pinned. Every time a unit is fired at by an enemy unit and suffers 1 or more hits as a result, place a single pin marker next to it. Each pin on a unit decreases its morale value by 1. If a player wants to activate a unit that is pinned, the unit must take an order test to see if it can summon up the courage to obey. In addition, if any unit is pinned, it suffers a -1 to hit when shooting. Order tests. If a unit is required to make this order test, the controlling player rolls 2d6. In order to succeed, the player must roll equal to or below the unit's morale value, which is 9 for all units in this mission, taking into account negative modifiers caused by pins. If the roll succeeds, the unit removes 1 pin marker and may carry out the order issued to it. If the roll does not succeed, the unit does not carry out an order. Instead, turn its assigned order dice to down as the troops refuse to obey instructions and hit the dirt. A down. If a unit has gone down, it takes no further part in the turn. The troops are too busy taking cover to do anything else. Units which have a down order dice next to them receive 5+ cover save in open ground. If a unit would receive a cover save from being in terrain such as the ruined farmhouse, it receives a 2+ bonus to its cover save. So a unit in this ruins that goes down So a unit in the ruin that goes down receives a 2+ cover save instead of the usual 4+. Rally is a unique order in bolt action. It represents the soldiers in a unit gathering their courage, passing around water and ammunition, and generally readying themselves to get back into the fight. In the games of bolt action, the purpose of this order is to remove pins that have accumulated on a unit before they become overwhelming. In order to rally, a unit must take an order test as described previously, but always makes this test using its unmodified morale value, ignoring all pin markers. If the test is successful, the unit takes no further action but immediately removes all of its pin markers. Once the first unit has been activated, repeat the process until all order dice have been drawn and used, then put them all back in the bag, excluding any destroyed units, and repeat. Game duration. This game lasts until both units from one side have been destroyed. Victory. The victor of this mission is the player who destroys both of their opponent's units. This can be by shooting or close combat. Okay, so this one might take a bit of learning. So I got 2 US dice in the bag, and I got 2 German dice in the bag. Okay, so we got 6 American dice, 6 German dice. First dice, German. Whatever. Must have bumped them a bit. There we go. So we got our 4 units all together, pinned. German, so we're gonna go with the rally order. The rally order represents the soldiers in a unit gathering their courage, passing around water and ammunition, and generally readying themselves to get back in the fight. In the game bolt action, the purpose of this order is to remove the pins that have accumulated on a unit before they become overwhelmed. So we got to take an order test as described previously. We roll 2d6 and we're looking for a 9 or less. Okay. See if they pass. They get a 6, so they pass. So they remove all their pins. Okay. Next dice. We got German again. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So we're gonna issue an advance order on these guys right here. So they're allowed to move up to 6 inches. Where's my ruler? So we're gonna move right up to the road. And they're gonna shoot at the same time, so they need 5s or better to hit, because they're running and gunning. So what do we got? 3 dice. Okay, we got 1 hit. So I probably should have declared who I was shooting at. We'll shoot at these guys, because they're not pinned. So we got 1 hit. Does it wound anybody? It does. My God. So he's out. 1 guy down. 1 American down already. Alright, next die. American, obviously. That's all we got in the bag. 2 Americans. So these guys we're gonna rally now. So if they pass the order test, they do. Yes, they do. They rolled the 5, which is less than 9. So they remove all their pins. And they sit happy. Okay, Americans again. We're gonna fire at these Germans. We got 1 hit. Does it wound? It does not. So they, I believe, would get 1 pin, right? Okay, so they got a pin now. And that's the end of the first turn. So put the dice back in the bag. And Germans. Okay, let's I'll give these guys an advance order. Try that. They're gonna advance. They're gonna move 6 inches. And they're gonna fire on these 2 guys over here. So we got 1 hit. Does it wound? It does not. So now they get a pin. Okay, next die. We got an American. Okay, I'm gonna give it to these guys. And they're gonna fire on this other group. And we're there. We got 1 hit. Does it wound? It does not. So now they get a pin. Next die. Germans. So we're gonna fire. I guess we gotta pass the order test to see. And we roll a 6 is less than 9, so we pass the order test. So now we're gonna fire at these guys here. We got 1 hit. Does it wound? It does. Another guy out. Okay, next die. Americans. You're gonna fire because we're getting low. We're gonna fire at these 3 guys. Got 1 hit. Does it wound? It does. He's out. Okay, that's the end of the turn. Back in the bag. Germans. Okay, we're gonna give a fire order. They're gonna fire at these 2. Gotta pass the order test. They roll a 4, so they pass. Now we're gonna take 3 shots. Got 1 hit. Does it wound? It does not. Now they get a pin. Okay, next die. Americans. Okay, we're gonna give these guys a go again. We're gonna fire at these 3. So order tests. Got a 7, so we passed the order test. We got no hits, nothing. Next die. Germans. Okay, they're gonna fire at these other 2. So, order tests. So 9 or less, we rolled a 9, so we get it. Ooh, we got 2 hits. We got 2 wounds. We got 1 wound. Rolled a 4. Another guy out. The Americans. Next die. Americans. Okay, Lonely Soldier is gonna fire at these two. See if he passes order test. He does with a 6. Now he's gonna shoot. Nothing. All dice back in the bag. Americans. Okay, we're just gonna shoot again because don't want to waste a turn on the rally. Anyway, we'll shoot again. So do we pass our order test? We do. With a 7. Okay, with 2, we're gonna shoot at these guys. Got nothing. Miss. Firing blanks. Next die. Americans. I'm gonna give this guy a fire. Order test. 6, he passes. He takes a shot. He hits. Does he wound? He does not. So I guess they get an extra pin. Okay, next order die. We got Germans. Give it to these guys. See if they pass the order test. They do not. Ooh, with a 10. What does that mean? It means they're down, right? I guess they're going down. They're down, boys. Okay. Next die. Germans. So we're gonna fire. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna rally. See if we can get rid of all these pins. So we need to pass. The order test in order for that to happen. And we do. So that gets rid of all their pins. And that's the end of the turn. No shooting. Right. Americans. It's a lonely guy. He's gonna shoot at the 2. Order test. Passes with a 7. Does he hit? He does. Does he wound? He does. German out. Next die. Americans. Gonna give these guys a fire order. They pass the order test. They do not. Next die, Germans. Give it to the solo. He's gonna fire at this single guy. No order test, just straight rolling. He misses. Next die, Germans. They're gonna roll their order test. They pass with a 6. Throwing another dice, 3 rifles, shooting at the 2 guys. We got 2 hits. And 2 wounds. So these guys are out. Alright. 3 dice in the bag. Germans coming back here. Americans. He's gonna fire. He's got nothing, no other choice. Does he pass his order test? He does. He takes a shot. He misses. German die. He's gonna fire at him. He hits. Does he kill him? No. So he gets another pin. I'm probably missing some negative modifier, I think, but I'm getting the hang of it. So Germans, they're gonna fire. That's single Joe. Do they pass their order test? They do with a 8. 3 shots. Got 1 hit. Does he wound him? No. So it must be another pin. This guy's going into full-blown panic. American. So we're just gonna give him a rally order. So he can get rid of all these pins. I think he's going down anyway. 6. So he passes. Gets rid of his pins, but he's out of the game now. He's got to go on defense for 2 turns. Alright, man. German single firing. Rolls a 6. He hits him. Does he wound him? He does with a 5. The American is down, and the Germans take the road. Up next, Mission 5. Bolt action starter set. Mission 5. Armor incoming. We got the German half-track. He comes with little feet, so you can flip him vertically, but then you guys can't see it. So I flipped him on the side for you. Very cute. Alright. We got 5 Germans, and we have 5 Americans, all armed with rifles. But as a bonus, we have a bazooka team on the US side over in this ruined farmhouse. The book says to take an American order die and put it in the ambush order, which we haven't gone over yet, so we're gonna put these guys into ambush. So then I guess we got 2 Germans, 1 for the truck, 1 for this group, and then 1 American, and that's it. So at any point in the turn, we can launch an ambush, it says. So I'll just read it right quick. Mission 5, armor incoming. This mission introduces you to the vehicles in bolt action. While it's primarily a game of infantry combat, vehicles of all types can be fielded in support. When used well, they can provide powerful assets, but there are many ways to counter them. Okay, so we set up the units as shown on the map. The objective for the American player is to destroy the Germans' armored transport, while the German player must destroy both of the American player's units. First turn, the beginning of this mission is a bit different to previous ones. The German half-track is a powerful asset in such a small-scale engagement, so we need to level the playing field a little by providing the Americans with a bazooka team. This mission also provides an opportunity to demonstrate the last order printed on the order dice, which is the ambush. Before the start of the game, the American player takes one of their order dice from the bag and places it next to the bazooka team, showing the ambush order, then begin drawing dice as random, as normal. So the bazooka has the same range as the rifles, 24 inches, and they only get 1 shot with it. The bazooka team is made up of 2 men, but the loader is too busy assisting the gunner to fire any weapon of his own. The team only fires 1 shot per turn from the bazooka. Alright, well, let's draw a die and see what's up. The half-track itself has 36 and 3 shots. So it says the armored vehicles use a slightly different set of rules to the infantry, particularly concerning how they are damaged. We're presenting a streamlined version of the vehicle rules here to give you an idea of how they work. You can find the full vehicle rules within the bolt action rulebook. For this game, when the half-track is activated, place an advance order next to it. It will move 6 inches per turn straight along the road on the battle mat and may then fire its medium machine gun. Alright, let's go. First die, boys. German. So that's interesting. Okay, we're going to advance our half track. We're going to go 6 inches. Man, he's right in the middle. So I assume we can shoot too, eh? The half-track mounts a medium machine gun, abbreviated to MMG, designed to suppress enemy infantry. For the purpose of this scenario, the medium machine gun has a 360-degree arc of fire and has the following statistics. Range 36 inches, shots 3. Okay. I guess we're still hitting on 4s. So let's take 3 shots. So we're gonna shoot at these guys over here. We got 2 hits. Do we got any wounds? We do not. So they get a pin. Okay, next that. So we're gonna ambush because our bazooka team got line of sight from this window, this small window. He's gonna be able to shoot at him. Let's read about that. I guess you can only do the ambush 1 per turn, right? Like, player whose units are in ambush declares when they want their troops to open fire, and the target unit is positioned accordingly. The ambushing player flips the unit's ambush order to fire and resolves the shooting as normal. Okay, so we're gonna flip this to fire. Okay, we're firing now. So we get 1 shot at the bazooka. Sorry, at the half track with the bazooka. And then we got a damage table for damaging the half track. For the purpose of this scenario, only the American bazooka is strong enough to damage the German half track. The bazooka is a powerful weapon, and if it hits, will likely cause significant damage. When firing the bazooka at the half track, roll a single die to hit as normal. If a hit is scored, we'll assume that the powerful weapon automatically defeats the armor of the half track. Roll a d6 and consult the full damage table to the right. If the vehicle suffers an immobilized result, use the pin marker provided in the set to show its status. So we take a normal shot as normal. If a hit is scored, then we roll for a damage table. Okay. He hits with a 6. Okay, so now we got to consult our damage table. We got 4 different options: crew, stunned, immobilized, on fire, or knocked out. Let's see what we get. We got a 3. They're on fire. The hit ignites either the vehicle's fuel or ammunition. The crew are driven into a blind panic, fearing to be trapped in a burning wreck. Add 1 additional pin marker and then make a morale test for the vehicle. If the test is passed, the fire has been put out or fizzles out on its own accord. Place a down order die on the vehicle or change its current order die to down to show that it is halted and cannot take any further action that turn. If the test failed, the crew abandoned the vehicle and is considered knocked out. Okay, so She's on fire. Add a pin marker to the half track. And then we take and make a morale test for the vehicle. What's the vehicle morale? 9? Doesn't tell us. Nine or less, so we got a 4. So we'll pass the morale test. If the test passes, the fire's been put out. Okay. We place a down order die next to the vehicle and show that can't take any further action that turn. Okay. So the boys put the fire out. We're going on the next die. I just thought it'd be cool to try that out. Okay. German. Okay, these guys are going to shoot at the boys in the farmhouse. So I need 2 more dice. We got 3 hits. Do they wound? We got 1 wound. So it says in the book to take the loader out first. So that's gonna be the rifle bazooka team guy going off. Okay, so got 1 more die here. Americans. So the Americans are going to fire back at the German rifle team. We'll get a roll for a morale test. Order test. 6, 7, 8, 9. So we passed. So now we're shooting at the Germans. We got 2 hits. Do they wound? We got 1 wound. So 1 German is out. So that's the end of the first turn. Put the dice back in the bag. This is exciting. All right. Americans. So they're going to fire again. See if they pass their order test. They do. They're shooting at the Germans again. We got 3 hits. Do they wound? We got 1 wound. So this guy's out. Germans. Okay. We're gonna get the half track going again here. So he's gonna fire on these guys. So he's got to pass morale check to get rid of the pin, right? He passed. So he's got 3 shots. Let's see why I need more models. Let's move this telephone pole over here. We got 3 hits with the half track. We got 3 wounds. We do not. We got 1 though. Okay, next die. Germans. So they're gonna fire at the guy in the house. So we roll. We got one hit. So we roll the damage. We don't. So does he got to roll a cover save anyway? I wouldn't say, because there's no damage. Okay. So next die, Americans. He's gonna fire his bazooka again. Deadly. This is just one shot, right? One shot. One shot. Four. Okay, hit him. What's gonna be on the damage table? Four. So he's knocked out. The vehicle's destroyed and becomes a wreck. Remove the vehicle's order dice from play and the token from the board. It has been completely taken out. Alright, so we're removing that. Throw that on there. He's immobilized. He's dead. Well, immobilized is different, but I guess we'll just take him right out. We'll just wreck him. He's wrecked. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. We're down 2. Still a tight game though. Next diet. Germans. Okay, the Germans are going to fire at the guy in the house. Ooh. 3 hits. 2 wounds. So then we roll the cover save, which is hard cover. What I think is a 5. Correction, it's a 4. So cover save. Roll d6 for any model hit, and the damage by the shooting attack from on a 4+, no damage is suffered. Okay, so I gotta roll a 4+. But he had 2 hits from the guns. So we roll 4+ twice? Or just once? Roll a d6 for any such model hit. So there's only one model. Okay. He makes it. On a 4+, no damage is suffered from that shot. But there was 2 shots, so I guess he got to roll it twice. So he failed that one, so the one shot hit. Bazooka got down, he did. Okay, next die. Americans. Okay, do they pass their order test? They do. Okay. So 5 shots. Correction. 4 shots. Going over here at the Germans. 4 shots. We got 3 hits. So the 3 shots wound. 1 wounds. He's out. That was that guy's dice. Okay, I didn't take it out. So that's the end of that turn. We're down to the 2 units. Germans. So they're gonna fire. 4 guys. Got 1 hit. Got one wound. He's out. Next die. Americans. Can the Americans come back here? Oops. Move these guys forward. Can the Americans come back? So, order tests. They passed. They're shooting. Nothing. No hits, boys. All right. American. Firing back at the Germans. Order test. They pass. One hit. One wound. German out. German turn. It's gonna fire. Single soldier. 3v1. Misses. Tough luck for the Germans. Dice back in the bag. Well, I guess technically the battle was won by the Americans because we took out the half track, but we'll keep going here. Americans pass the order test. 2 hits. They only need 1 wound, and they make it. Germans out. The Americans come back. Poor bazooka guy, they go pick him up. And they stomp over the truck. Germans down by 1 in the starter set missions. Mission 6 coming up. Sorry. Yeah, mission 6 coming up. All out war. Alright, all out war. Putting everything together that we've learned and going from there. We got 5 riflemen over here with 1 submachine gun. So 4 riflemen, 1 submachine gun. Over here we got 5 riflemen, 1 submachine gun. I just don't have it painted. And we have our bazooka team over here. Bazooka team. 4 riflemen and a submachine gun. 4 riflemen, a submachine gun. German side we have 6 riflemen, 1 with submachine gun, I believe. Yeah, and 5 riflemen, 1 submachine gun over here too. And we have our half track still. So the Germans got the half track. Americans got the bazooka team, and who gets first die? The US. So we're gonna give these guys. There's really no advantage in moving because we're all still in the shooting range. Alright, so first die, American. I guess we'll just go right into shooting because there's no real advantage in moving on such a small table. I mean, it's only 2 feet wide. Okay, so we're gonna fire at these guys over here. Wait. Submachine gun, I believe, is only 12 inches, right? Yeah, submachine gun, 12-inch range. You're still in range. Alright, we're going for it. So we got 1 hit. I guess I'll use the submachine gun as the blue dice. So he got 1 hit. Does he wound? No. So we're gonna put a pin marker. And these fellas. Okay, next dice. Germans. Okay, they're gonna return fire. Two hits. One wound. So we got one guy out. I got a couple pieces in here that aren't painted. Just thought I'd throw them in there. So, have American die. See. That was a bad pull. German die. Okay, so now it's these times guys are gonna fire over here. It's their turn. Got one hit. And we got one. I'm gonna take out this guy. And we'll just take him out. I'll take out the submachine gun guy. He's gone already. Okay, next Americans. They're gonna fire. So we got 4 guys. Oh my god, look at that. 4 hits. We got wounds. 2 wounds. So these 2 guys are out. We're just gonna take out the submachine gun guy too. I'm not really saying they're in cover because they got line of sight. Maybe that one over there, but we'll keep it simple. Okay, next die. Germans, so we're gonna move the half track up, which I believe was an advance. So he's gonna move 6 inches. Be up to here. I guess 6 inches would be included, so we'll just move him there. To the front of the bumper. And he's gonna fire on this team here. He's got 3 shots. Three hits. The MMG. We got 2 wounds. So 2 of these guys are out. And next die. Americans. The bazooka team. So they're gonna fire on the half track. So that was 1 dice. And if it's hits, we go to the damage table. No hit. Okay, so that's the end of turn 1. Germans. Shit, I didn't put that back in the bag. Okay, Germans. We're gonna fire. Actually, I'll advance again. So move them up 6 inches. He's gonna fire on this group. Got 3 shots. Got 1 hit. Nothing but a pin. Okay, so they're pinned. Next die is Germans. So we're gonna have these guys. I guess we'll give them an advance. So they'll move 6 inches and fire. Guess they're kind of making it off the road. This guy would be around here. So these guys are going to fire over here, and I believe they need 5s. 5s to hit. So they got 1 5. And nothing. So it gets a pin again. The next die is... I thought I had extra dice in there. Americans. Okay, we're gonna give it to Bazooka team again. So we can take out this half track. Nope. Still get pinned. Okay, let's die. Americans. So we gotta have these guys shoot over here. Got 1 hit. Does it do damage? No. These guys are pinned. Next die. Americans. Okay, these guys are gonna do morale check. They pass. Okay, so we're gonna have these 4 shooting at these 4 guys. Got 2 hits. Did they wound? They do. 2 out. Okay. Next die, Germans. That's all that's left. These guys are gonna fire over at the Bazooka team. So we need to do a morale check. Passed. So they got 6. This is 4. 5 and the submachine gun. Got 3 hits. Actually, re-roll this submachine gun. Nothing. Okay. So 3. And 2 hits. So these guys are out. Remove their die from the board. That's the end of that turn. Americans. Okay, we're gonna have these guys fire over here. Morale check. Failed. So they go down. Okay. Next die. Germans. Okay, these 2 guys are gonna fire into these 2 guys. Morale check. Fail. Okay, so they're down. So, I mean, this is good practice before playing against a real opponent, I guess, and just learning the game slowly. till I get it on a bigger table with bigger armies. So I'm having lots of fun. I hope you guys are learning something from the video. Next die, German. Here, let me shake it up a bit better. Next die, American. So these two are gonna fire back. I can find it. There we go. Okay, firing. Got one hit. No wound. You guys got another pin. Next die, German. We're gonna fire the half track into these guys. Three hits. Three wounds. Ooh. Deadly. 2, 3. What's that? German. Okay, we're gonna advance these guys. Move them up the road. So they're gonna fire on this guy, hitting on 5s. Six dice, 6 dice. So we got 1, 2, 3. Any wounds? Oh yeah, 2 wounds, he's dead. Take the die out, take him off the table, take out the pins. Germans dominating. Okay. Dice back in the bag. I think I forgot to do a morale check. Oh well. They're killing it. Next die. Germans. They're gonna fire into these two fellas. Americans calling for reinforcements, but it ain't happening. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Reroll the submachine gun. Get another hit. So we got 5. Ooh, only 1. Man down. Okay, next die. Americans. Okay, he's gonna fire back. Oh, single Johnny. Miss. Throw a pin over there. Figure out the pins eventually. I know I'm missing a -1 or something somewhere, but I'll keep it easy for now. Germans. Okay, the half track. It's gonna fire into this lonely fella trying to make it up the road. He's got 1 hit. He misses. Okay, German die. These two guys are gonna fire down range. Gonna do a morale check. They passed. 7. Got 1 hit. And he's dead. The Germans taken the lead and taken the missions in the starter set series. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you learned something. I know I missed something for sure. Correct me in the comments if you like. Leave me some feedback. And like I said earlier, we're going to be doing the Konflikt 47 starter set, the Warhammer 40k starter set, and the Warhammer 40k Kill Team starter set. Eventually on the channel. I've got the Warhammer guys painted up. So yeah, I got my Warhammer starter set all painted up, ready to rock. Gonna be doing that soon on the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to check that out. I'm gonna be doing that as well. and appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.